So what is reality? Let's get into it. So reality is based on one's perception, on one's consciousness. Reality is greetings, beloved souls. It's been a while. Welcome back to Being Omni. And today's topic from my little book of questions is a doozy. What is reality? But before we get into today's topic, I just want to express to you my appreciation and gratitude for the years of following, for the years of connecting with me, and everything. And I just want to mention that if you are requiring tools to assist you in this path of ascension or just something to get you through to the next day, check out the link in my bio. Takes you to my energy transmissions, where they are meditations to assist you in your everyday life, to assist you in your transformations, to help you on your path of well-being. So check those out. Link in bio. I am here to be of service to you in all facets and in all ways. So what is reality? Let's get into it. So reality is based on one's perception, on one's consciousness. Reality is through our own thoughts and intentions. Reality is a myriad of things, but at the core is consciousness. It is our perception of consciousness. It's the perception of what is real, what isn't. We have our 3D reality, we have our 4D reality, we have our dimensional reality, which is 3D, 4D, 5D, 6D, 7, 8, 9, 10, and higher. All these dimensional realities. And that's essentially what reality is. And then we have our astral reality. Then we have what is our dreamscape reality. We have all these facets of what is real. And that's the real question here. What is real? What is real to you? What is real to someone else? What is our perception of the conscious reality that we are grounded in? And I just want you to focus on the phrasing and the words that are being expressed in this dialogue, monologue here. And if you have questions, you're more than welcome to put them in the comments below as I journey with this monologue to express to you what is reality. Because this is a question that I've been pondering for quite some time. And the reason why I sat with this, because I really wanted to understand what it is, how it moves, how it shifts, how it changes. And our perception of consciousness, our reality is based and rooted in our conscious thought, our conscious experience, our conscious actions, our conscious intentions. So when we journey into dreamland, some of us have intentions, some of us don't. But we dream in this space of really understanding, what am I here to do? What is my purpose? What is this dreamscape? How am I able to do these things? Flying, telepathy, shape-shifting, all these things in the dreamscape, but not in this 3D reality. Because that's a different space. It has a different set of rules. And so in this conscious space, in this landscape, the 3D, as we move into 4D, and actually collectively we are in 4D, as we move into 5th dimensional space, there are rules of this reality. One of the rules are the primary forces, governed by magnetism, governed by vibration, governed by the rules to hold everything together, to hold our energies together, our vibration, everything that we feel, everything that we know is held together by this energetic magnetism, the energy of vibration. We talk about all these various laws, but the first law of anything is the law of order. And that is the law that governs this reality. The law of order brings order to our consciousness, which is the second or third law. You guys, I am working on something major. So I'm still in the process of tweaking the new laws for fifth dimensional space. And so as we move through this energy and information, the law of order, and if you guys have been following my work, you understand that when prime creator, prime energy was created, it was, or source, let me go back. So when source energy was created, it was chaos. And then with this chaos, you have to bring order. So with order, you have to bring order to that energy. So it was a law of order in the space of conscious energy, in the conscious space-time reality. So we call it space-time. Others call it perception. Others call it whatever they need to call it to make sense, to give it a label. But in our 3D reality, 4D reality, in the concrete space that we live in, we are governed by this law of order, then the law of vibration. They work succinct to one another. They work in a symbiotic fashion to understand, well, if I have a piece of paper over here that's 2D, and then have a pencil over here that's 3D, then I can write and transcribe what I need to transcribe from 2D, I'm sorry, from 3D to 2D, and then have this 2D reality absorbed into my space conscious awareness to manifest, to vibrate, to have this materialization of this reality. So everything that we create, everything that we materialize, or anything that we manifest is from pure energy. And just so you understand the space of clarity, that when I speak of manifest, it's already in existence. Materialization is something that's not of this reality, something that we bring in from another reality, something that we bring in from another space-time. So how reality works and functions is through the cross-dimensional energy. So when we cross-dimensional planes and energies, we then can allow ourselves to bring in and pull in the desired energy, consciousness, and awareness from our higher self, soul self, into this reality. And so the rules of this reality are governed by the energy of magnetism, the energy of consciousness, the energy of thought, through the energy of consciousness, through the energy of awareness. So which is why we have the physical items, such as this book, my little book of questions, which is why everything is concrete. We have to have the physical space, the weight, the gravity, the density of this reality to allow it to feel real. And in our perception, in this transmission, everything is real because everything is vibrating at such a slow rate, allowing our perception, our senses, our physical senses, to have an experience, to interact with this seen energy, with this materialism, with this energy that exists in material form, whether it's the chair you sit on, the book you're reading, any of those things, the material objects have this law that they have to be governed by. And it is this law of consciousness, this law of awareness. It is the law of perception that we allow ourselves to have this unique experience with one another because our physical bodies vibrate at such a slow rate that we are able to see one another and interact with one another. However, when we speak of our astral body, our ethereal body, our energetic bodies, the auric field, the chakras, they are unseen energies that vibrate at such a fast rate. Some of us are vibrating at, 1500 kilohertz or 1600 kilohertz, which are faster than most others that are vibrating. Some of us are probably vibrating at 1000 kilohertz. So we have to understand our oscillation rate, our frequency at which we vibrate to understand our interactions in this reality and how we are able to cross other dimensional planes through our dreamscape, through our intentional space of, oh yeah, I want to astral project today, or oh yeah, I want to have this lucid dream. We can do this through the law of consciousness, but yet we are anchored in this law of order to allow ourselves to have these interactions, to say in this reality, in 3D, in fourth dimensional, fifth dimensional space time, we can simply allow ourselves to be anchored in one reality. But in this instance, we're not. We're not anchored in this reality. We are anchored in the ether. We are anchored in the ether. Our soul is anchored in the ether. And our physical, corporeal presence is anchored here in this school we call Earth. And since we're anchored here in this Earth, in this energy, we then can allow ourselves to have cross-dimensional experiences. Because our soul is anchored in the ether, we can then have a connection here to multiple versions of ourselves across dimensional realities. And that's what it comes down to, the rules of reality. So once you understand the reality you're in, you understand the rules. Because in the astral space and the dream space, the rules are a little bit different. They're a bit more freeing. It all comes down to intention and imagination, as opposed to here where things are more solid and slower vibration, which is why some of us get frustrated. We tend to have these experiences that are not conducive or in frequency or in vibration, whatever resonance term you want to use, with who we really are and who we truly desire to be. So, in and I know this has been a long video, but to sum this up, your consciousness dictates your reality. Your consciousness dictates your experience. Your consciousness creates all of this. You know, whether if you have a connection to elemental energies, have a connection to friends and family, have a connection to animals, have a connection to the divine and see signs and just allow this expression of self to be expressed in all this beauty and glory. But you have to then understand what frequency you're on to understand your experience. So if you want to know more about how this works, I have a good friend. We talk almost every day. And she's helping me understand some of this as I understand it. Because we're kind of like vibrating at the same frequency, which is awesome. So if you want to know more about this and how it works, comment below. But if you want to know more about my energy transmissions, click on the link in my bio. And if you want to just simply work with me and have a chat, hey, I'm open to that as well. I am here to be of service to you because it brings me so much joy. So much joy to be of service and to help others on their path to clear their trauma, their pain, their guilt, anything that you're holding on to. Because in this reality, you don't need to hold on to that anymore. Collectively, we're in 4D. Eventually, we'll get to 5D. When you unload all your stuff, I'll be here waiting. I'm here to help you unpack, unload your trauma, unload your pain, unload your guilt, your suffering, because we don't need that anymore. It's all done, gone. So let me be of service to you. Till next time, beautiful souls. Oh, if you're watching this now, every Thursday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, I will be going live on socials. Check out your social media to see where I'm at, where I'm live at. YouTube, Substack, Facebook, you know, all those places. So catch me live every Thursday, 7:30. Till next time, beautiful souls, have an amazing, amazing